Evening, everybody. I'm hoping to get a little bit of organised by you. I'm all over the place. If you are around, then please make sure you comment. I would love to hear from you. I've got the comments up and running. I was a bit late coming on this evening. I was a bit late, but hoping that you're all doing well. Yeah, hoping you're all doing well. Good evening, Pauline. Good evening, Miss Rian. Can I just say, is that a better picture from last week? I was playing about with the settings once I come off last week's live because I found that the picture wasn't good. So Chris played about with the settings, and so let me know if there's a better picture from last week. Hi, Lorna, sweetheart. Hi, Miss Rian. Hi, Pauline. How are you ladies doing? I hope you're all doing okay and you're all safe. As in these times of complete stress, that's what it is. There's nothing more than stress at the minute in the world. So I'm hoping to release that little bit of stress by crafting with you all tonight. Just moving everything out of my way because I need to get my pads. Here we go. I'll give it a few minutes for everybody to join us. So yeah, everything's going on, isn't it? Just but I hope you're all being safe, staying in. To be honest, I've been staying in. And my car hasn't been working, but even if it was, I wouldn't be going anywhere at the minute. It's just one of those things where I just don't want to leave the house. Miss Abigail, how are we this evening? Now, Abigail, I'm so glad you come on, sweetheart. Abigail has got a challenge going on. It runs till the 28th, so I've got 8 days. It runs to the 28th. I am doing it for you. But I admit something. I had one day when I was watching a ton of videos on YouTube, I put my name down. It's your first ever challenge, and what that challenge is to make either in vintage or shabby chic style. You can either make it in all some things to go in a journal or journal page. I'll have to check. I think it's some things to go in a journal. Anyway, it runs to the 28th of March, and I popped my name down, and I'd watched a ton of videos, and I thought, oh, I put my name down for a challenge. Oh my word, what challenge? Where have I put my name down? I knew what I had to make, but I couldn't remember what channel I had done. So it took me a while, but you put a video up the other day of an entry that you had, and then I thought, I remember, it's Abigail. So yes, Abigail's got a challenge going on to the 28th. So, and she's in the UK too. So yeah, I've got 8 days. 8 days to get it in the post to you. Hi Deborah, sweetheart. How are we? I have a constant headache worrying about things. Oh, I know, Miss Rian. I've had migraines all day, and about 8 o'clock this evening, Chris said, are you going to do a live, Claire? I said, oh, I don't know. I got a really headache, which I've got one really still now. And he said, Claire, don't do a live if you've got a headache. I said, no, but I really do want to do one because of everything going on. I just want to connect to you all. So, yes, hence why I'm coming on. Hence why I'm coming on. So, I'm glad you're all doing all safe and well, and hope your families are safe and well, and everything like that, because that's all I want for you all. I was just saying on the group this week that I've been worrying about the swaps and about how they're going to get the swaps, you know, by post and stuff, because I can see the post stopping soon. And I was just really worrying. So no, I just like I say, I hope you're doing all well. These are little buttons I've got. But yeah, we're going to talk all things crafty to take our mind off everything that's going on. So what I've done, got a couple of things going on there. This, I'm going to take the dies off here. I'm going to have to find a bag or so. Oh, I know I got the clear bags. This is a dressmaker, Sarah's signature collection. Now I had this collection from the range, and if I can find the embossing folder to go with it, that is the embossing folder. So in the embossing folder, not only embosses, but the butterflies cut and the, just checking, there's no paper, no, there's no paper, and the dress form cuts. And so that's the butterflies, that's the embossing folder, and that's the die. So I just wanted to share with you that I saw that in the range just before Christmas. I'm gonna get one of these, I think, because the dies are not sticking to the paper and they'll end up going missing. So, and I've cut them out, so if I want to use them again, they're there for me to use. And you get 2 little buttons, a scissors and a dress form. And I've cut them out ready for tonight's live. I'm going to use my little stamps. Everybody asks me where I get these stamps. I often use them on parcels. I got them from Amazon. So if you've had stamps off me in a Happy Mail or a swap, they're all different ones. And I got them from Amazon. They're running a bit low now, but yeah, I got them from Amazon and it's lasted ages. So yeah, that's the die I've cut out. I've got there's my little buttons. So there's that. These are the envelopes I created last week. So I'm going to make things to put inside the envelopes and hopefully finish them off. I've got some dies here from Beebeecraft. So in the description box, they are up and running. I've left a link, and if you use my code, you'll get a certain percentage off the shop. So I'm going to use these because I quite like, they remind me of gypsy patterns on gypsy caravans. That's what they remind me of. Good evening, Miss Sarah. How are we? Don't worry, Claire. I'm sure it's another challenge you can enter in the future. Don't worry, Claire. I'm sure I'll do another challenge you can enter in future flower. Ah, sweetheart. No, you've been in my mind. Honestly, if I can get it to you, I will. Even if I can't get it on the 28th. You'll still have, but just don't count me in. Good evening, Miss Paisley. How are we this evening? Good evening, everyone. It's nice to see you all come in. And I've butchered a heart out. I butchered a heart out because I've got an idea what I want to put in my thing. And I've got a frame. So I'm going to be using these tonight. And I ordered these from eBay. But when I was going through my books earlier, I was like, why haven't I used them? They're gorgeous. They are die cuts, they are, and they got chamomile, lavender, olive, all the butterflies, all these I can just pop out and use. There's that one. They're lush. I love the butterfly jars. Right, and this one is called die cut. I don't know whether it was in the Claire's shop. I'm not sure. No, the works. I'm trying to think. Those are the different books. Right, and then this one is the same. It's a die cut book. Oops, it's a die cut book. But I went on to eBay before Christmas because I quite like using things like this because I add them into my projects. See, I just add them in, and you can, all these are pop-outs. I love you to the moon and back, it says. Laugh as much as you can breathe, love as much as you can live. There we go. I might use that word laugh tonight because I think we all need a giggle. A day without laughter is a day wasted. Oh, so got them two. Now I haven't used them. I thought, get your books out and use them. So there's that. These are the envelopes I made last week. So I've made the little miniature one, the big one with our die on there, and they were all sewing related because, of course, that's what I'm doing. Now, I have got next to me some ephemera, sewing ephemera that I wanted to use, right? And I've also got some music paper. So the first thing I want to do is make a little book to go in one of them. So I have some tea stain paper, and then I have some ordinary white paper. So I'm going to get my bone folder, and I think this will turn out really cool. This is textured card. This is not, I'll tell you how big I'm going to do it as well. There you go. I'm going to cut that up there. I'm not going to bother getting my what you call it out. What do you call it? What's it called? The guillotine. I'm not going to bother getting that out. Right, so I'm going to make sure now it fits in this. Yeah, it does. I don't want to be making them too big. Use my paper. I'm going to cut that down. And then I've got another lot of paper here. So we should have about 8 pages. It's only going to be little, nothing too big. Right. Do you know what? I might reach my guillotine because I want to cut some off the edge. And I know if I use the scissors, I can never do it straight, ever. Oops. So these were all things that you can put into a journal. These are all little things I'm going to be used to go into a journal. So I'm going to make sure that they are folded in. And let's take what is it with me and insects? Ooh. Spider was crawling on me then. I can't do spiders. I can't do them at all. Ooh. That's twice now I've done a video and an insect wants to say hello. Go. I'm paranoid now. It's back on me. Are you all frightened of spiders? Or is it just me? Please say someone is. I don't know what it is. I've always been frightened of spiders. And when I was little, because I got 2 younger brothers, if we saw a spider in the house, and if I screamed, then I would obviously make my brothers really frightened. So I used to go, Mom, there's a little insect just crawling by there, really quietly, so that I wouldn't panic my brothers, so they wouldn't become frightened of spiders. Yeah, just a little one. Can you just, I don't know, get rid of it? Right. We should have my pages. Are your schools closed now, Sarah? Funny, you should ask that, Miss Ryan. I know I'm not Sarah. But I've been communicating with you all on the group one way or another via messages. And some schools are open and some schools are shut. And I know it just depends. It's not quite clear, even though the government have come up with all these rules that, you know, they're open for key workers and all the rest of it. It's not, I don't find it clear what they're saying, only because I understand why they're opening it for key workers, but it's not quite clear in a sense of some children are going to remain in the schools if they come under that sort of area. Here in the UK, they are, most of the schools shut. The schools are open only for key workers. By key workers, they mean if their parents are a police officer, working in the NHS, working in social services, that kind of thing. But there's sort of like a, I don't know, how would you say it? There's like a middle ground that's causing a little bit confusion. So yeah, that's what I mean. So it's not quite clear. Our schools are closed. Your schools are over there closed. So can I ask, where are you all watching me from? Because I love to know where you're all watching me from. Because I know Debbie's from the USA, and I know Miss Ryan's from 5 minutes down the road. And I know most of you are from the UK, but where are you all watching me from? So that we can discuss everything and anything that's going on in the world. Right, so my little book, making sure, yeah, it just fits in there. I don't want to be making it too big. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use one of my dies, my border dies, and I think I want to use that on the edge. I think that would look quite pretty on the edge. And then what I'll do is attach some dies, sewing dies. So let me open this up. This reminds, like I say, this reminds me of have, you know, the gypsy wagons. If you put it on the side, that's what it reminds me of. So there going to be some comments. Yes, I'm from Florida, USA. What, London, Lincolnshire, West Midlands. Wow, so you're all watching me from all over the place then. So we have, well, schools are closed today, but noticed a little boy across the road was out playing for about 4 of his friends. Not really the idea. Well, do you know, right? Somebody asked here in the, somebody asked in the press about children, about how, you know, you're not going to stop children playing with their friends if they're off. That's the first thing you want to be doing, is playing with your friends. You're not going to stop children doing that, because at the end of the day, they're children. They don't understand what's going on. And one of the press asked the Prime Minister, well, what do you say to a child, you know, what's the ideal situation? What would you say to a child if you want him to go out? So it wasn't the Prime Minister. I think she was like, she was in charge of, she was either in charge, I think she was in charge of education, that kind of side. And she turned around, and I thought, yeah, like everybody's going to do that. She turned around and she said, well, the ideal situation is if we got, if the child wants to go out and play, that's brilliant. But, you know, ask their friends if they could go out on their bikes, play a metre away from each other, it gets better. And don't allow them to stop on their bikes unless they're home, and don't allow them to touch their friend's bike. And I thought, yeah, that's really going to happen. I thought if she's off, perfect. If she's off, if the child's off, then the first thing they want to do is play with their friend. So that's cut exactly how I wanted it to cut. Now that's because I didn't want it to cut the whole thing. So that's cut pretty well. And as you can see, I've now got the entire side of the die cut. So what I'm going to do, the rest of my die, and make sure my Gemini is not cutting properly, and I'm not happy. I'm going to take the rest of the die. So this is the codes to these dies I've left in the description for you. So they cut really well. And I'm going to take the rest of my die and I'm going, my idea is to cut them on the edge so that when it's closed there's a gap between. So let me get my glues. So yeah, that was the answer today, and I was like, yeah, my child's gonna do that and listen and go, yeah, play a meter away, don't stop when you're on your bikes, and touch your friend's bikes, not yours. I was like, yeah, okay. She was the chief medicine. Yeah, that's who she was. Thank you, Miss Ryan. She had sort of some background to it. I couldn't remember what she was called. 5 minutes down the road, you are, but we're on lockdown in me, Miss Ree. I'm not going anywhere, and Miss Ryan isn't going anywhere. Right, so I'm going to work out now where I want this to go. Now I've got some Pritt stick, and I'm just going to pop, bend it back a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to bend it this way. There you go, that's exactly how I wanted it to go. Because it's Pritt stick, I'm able to move it a little bit as well. There you go. And then any unwanted there's a few pages. I'm not going to decorate them all. I just want to decorate the front. There you go. Perfectio. I'm going to take one of my die cuts because I wanted to do some music notes in a second. Looking for plain paper. That's pretty. I use this. So yeah, with us all being isolated, we'll have loads of time to craft. I was thinking today, I want to make this and I want to make that. Oh, and by the way, I want to make that. So I'm going to move that to one side. And I'm going to take my pencil. And I want to rip just a section of it. So all I'm doing is I'm marking where I want to rip it. Ruler. I have family in Lincolnshire, I am from North Lincolnshire, Scotland. Are you? Oh, yes, you are, Lorna. I was going to say, are you? I sent you a package. Of course you are. Nope, I'm not self-isolating because of my health, so confined to barracks for 12 weeks. Huh? I'm confused. Right, I'm gonna take. Oh, well, I'm not going anywhere. My car's broke at the minute, but even if, like I say, even if it was broke, I wouldn't be going anywhere. I'm just staying in. I'm just going from there. Right, let's stuff this up. I've punched a. Perfect. I've punched a little dress form out. There. And where's my heart gone? No, I'll leave it there. Now I need some lace. Just want small pieces. Where's my scrap box? There it is. Oops. Excuse me. Right. So I've got a vintage photo or weathered wood. Now, since I did most of these in like blues and browns, and it's going in this one, I'm going to stick with the colour scheme that I did last week. So, got some of these. I need to buy the proper ones, really. Where's my... This is what I like to see when I craft. I could never find anything. Right, weathered wood. First of all, oops. So has anybody been crafting lately? What have you all been making? Oh, I bought a an old book off eBay. I'm going to show you now what it is, and I thought it was really nice. It's this. It's called Daddy's Darwin's Dovecot, and it's a 1902. I want to say 1902, I believe. And as you can see, the spine is completely brickled. It's really old, but I loved it because I loved the front cover, and I only paid something like £3. It wasn't that much. 1921 it is inside the book. When I looked it up on the description, she said it was 1902 that it got released. But I loved the pages. Oh, I love them so much. And it's just, I haven't read the story, but I think I want to read it before I want to rip it up, because it's got pictures like this inside. I don't know if I can make sense of the writing. Maybe I will. But yeah, I just love the cover of it. I love the pictures inside it, and look at the way the pages are all old. So yeah, what was I watching the other day? And they had a big Bible book. It's amazing. It was in German. Oh, I can't even remember who I was watching. Lorna, if Lorna's on, she'll be able to tell me I was watching. She was in the live chat with me. Yeah, I love the pictures. I love the front cover, hence why I bought it, but it's not that thick. So I was thinking about making it into a journal for myself. Goodbye, Debbie. Thank you for coming in. I need to make some altered paperclip. I made some altered paperclip journal charm dangles. Yes, you did. It was beautiful. Because you sent me a picture of a They were stunning. They were stunning. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing, is making a journal for myself. All this time I got on my hands, and I just thought, why not? And I just want to go inside if I can. Oops. And this way. Right. So I'm going to pop that there. Now I have some of my snippets. That would look kind of cool. And I'm going to take my white fabric. Now this is high-tack fabric. It sticks leather, suede, ribbons, cottons. I have used it to stick paper as well. It's really, really cool for sticking paper. So the first thing I want to do, I want to stick a few of these snippets out of my, each side of my, where's my little thing on? Green, perfect. So a little book to go inside. Like I say, I've got some stamps. I'm sure you might recognise some of those stamps now next to me that I'm going to use inside. And I've also got things like this, which are the tape measures. Oh, what else can I see? This blue. Don't want anything too big. There you go. Cut a little bit of this muslin off. And stick that on top of that. There you go. Right, where have I got the, I'm trying to see if I've lost, I don't think I have. Please tell me I haven't misplaced it. I'm looking for the dress format cut. Oh, there it is. Dress format cut. Now, in those books are some of the words, but I think I want to use my own. Now, what I do is I go print off some words. I'd print them off in like old style writing in Word, and then print them off, and then you can use them absolutely in anything you want. And I have one here that says stitches. I think that would fit perfect. I'd fit perfect just there. Perfect. Right, I'm going to ink that up. And again. There you go. Usually I would go around it in black, but I think it looks nicer just left. And then this die is also embossed it. which makes it nice to use as well. Now I've got a dress form stamp, and I was thinking, I don't know where my, well I do, but it'd be hard work to get it. I was thinking I want to stamp this, just the top of it, in blue. There you go, perfect. Can you all see that? So she's just giving me an outline basically. Now I have got a pencil around here, and all I'm going to do is use my pencil and I'm just going to give it a little bit of shading where I think the dress would be. So all I'm doing is little lines, almost like you go one line and then you just follow your lines, and then that creates a little bit of shading around whatever you do. You can also do, oh, I got some pens that would work really well as well. Before I go ahead and stick that dress form down, I don't want to spend too long on this because I've got other things I want to make to go in the envelopes. I'm not going to go around the inks. All I am doing is where I've just shaded it in with pencil, taking my pen and I'm just, now because I'm sticking the dress form on top, I'm going to work out where I want that, and then I'm sticking this on top. Got a little bit of that to stick there, and then I'm going to stick this down completely. Making sure I get all in the little nooks and crannies. So that is the front cover. I'm going to let that totally dry, and I've got some, where's my pages? I've got my pages then to come back to. Can you see how I've got a line now where that dye's been? So like I say, I have got some stamps. Miss Rain's going to recognise these now. She's going to recognise them. What one shall I use? I've got a couple. I think I'll use this one. Like I said, she'll recognise these now. Right. Hello, Carolina, sweetheart. Hope you're well. Yes, sweetheart, I'm well. Are you well? I'm just reading some comments. So this is like a brick effect, tape measured effect rather than brick, and it's got buttons, a dress form, what do you call that? Sewing machine. I'm getting there now. A spool, a scissors, a paper clip, and all sorts. So what I'm going to do, I'm looking after them, Miss Rhea. I've got the Polly Pocket here. I promise you'll have them back. Is I'm going to use the blue and I'm just going to stick them go here. Really cool effect. Doesn't matter if they're not completely they've completely come out, because I'm not putting in anything for it to completely come out. If that makes any sort of sense. There we go, and there's that one. Love these. That one. So then I'll do that side. Oh, give me the stamps back. You're under lockdown, I can't. You can have them back. Of course you can. If you need them, I'll post them. I'll try. There's that one. And these. I should have done them all now. Oh, there's that side as well. And because I think I like these buttons, and I got one last one to do on that side. No, sweet, you're welcome, of course. I had no intentions of posting them, Miss Ree, none whatsoever, because you're under lockdown. It's a perfect excuse for them to be permanently lived in my house. Right, I've done them all now. Where's my thing? I'm just going to do the inside of this, and then I'm going to move on to the other things that I want to do. So I think I'm going to make a feather to put in. That's something you can put into a journal. And that is the stamp. That's come up quite really nice. I like the way it's done that. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can. There we go. I'm gonna sew that up right at the very end. I'm not gonna do that right now. Right, the feather. Now I'm gonna do mine. I think I've also got these die cuts stencils. I think I'm going to do mine in like a tea dyed paper. So if you could only see the mess of my table. If you could only, like I'm going to show it. my mess is far over. Right, I'm going to fold that way. Right, and what I'm going to do, try and remember how to do this now. I've only ever one. Can't remember how I've made them before. Glue in the middle. Don't worry about the ends, because you're cutting them, it doesn't matter. And you can make your feather as big or as long as you want it to be made. Now what I'm going to do to remind myself, I'm just drawing out what my feather shape is going to be. I don't want it too big. Right, and all I've done is like an outline. And what you do is you start cutting into your line that you've just created. Because you can cut it down as little as you want. Come on. So all I'm doing is I'm just cutting little lines. You've got the feather lines. Now I'm going to fold that in half, and then I'm going to trying to think. And then I'm going to snip all the way down. Keep going. Come up a little bit more. Right, there's my little stem there. I have to cut that down a little bit more, but we'll see. Right, when you open it out, you'll have something that looks like that. Now it's from here that you can cut. Cut a little bit more into it. I'm going to add lace to this as well, so it's not going to be just one. Doesn't matter if this chunk's missing either. There you go, that's one side, and then I'm going to do the other side. So you can, now you can add this as a bookmark in a journal, add it as part of like make it into a bit of a text spot if you wanted to. Okay, cut this, the top would be cut a little bit more, and then you would, I'm just going to trim these down. There, there's my feather. Now if I want to cut a little bit more into the middle, go ahead, because you're not going to wreck it. Once you've got your shape, you won't wreck the idea. There's my feather. Bring those pages, because I folded it in half, you end up with, once you cut your feather lines, you end up with feathers. You end up with the feathers on the side, because I folded the page in half. Right, and then I'm going to just shape the bottom. There. Right, let me get rid of all this mess. Right, it's up to you now what colour you do it in. It depends what you want to add on it. Now, I saw a feather, I think I did, in one of those die cut books. So that's what I'm going to add on mine. And I'm going to do the back. And you can leave the back as writing space, don't forget. You don't, stick it flat, or you could just put it in as a bit of a writing space. So I'm going to fill the middle of this feather up. So, is everyone crafting this weekend? I'm staying in my craft room the whole time. Oh, Miss Paisley, have a good weekend if you're staying in your craft room. Working in the pharmacy has been tough. We all have to pull together, and what better distraction than our crafting? Completely, Miss Paisley, completely. What better way than to distract ourselves with our crafting? I was thinking, oh, shall I stay the whole time in my craft room? I started making something for tomorrow Sunday, but I don't even think I'm going to be able to give it to Mum, because it's Mother's Day coming up, isn't it? And I don't think I'm going to be able to give it to her, because I don't think I'm going to be able to see her. So I've just cut out, one's got butterflies on, the other one's got a little jar on. Because I'm doing a sewing theme, I'm going to stick my buttons on, and I've of course got some craft items. There's that one. This is my little jar of goodies. I love my scraps. Does anybody else love working with scraps? I find working with scraps really relaxing, because you never know what you're going to get. And like I say, you can make a little tuck spot at the back. You can do whatever you want to it. Doesn't have to be. You could stick that straight into a journal if you wanted to. I'm going to pull that weight down. There you go. That's all you're hearing on the news recently is about, oh, this virus. Let me turn that. I think that's what a certain area is. Certain way. Right, I'm going to stick all this down, starting with this piece. I'm not going to be neat with it if I can get my fingers back. And I'm just going to stick that there. And I'm going to stick this shirt. And then I'm not going to ink this because I'm going to pop that there. And then I'm going to put these little buttons that I cut out earlier. One there. And I think I have there's this. Right, I think I have got on my tray. Yeah, I've got a button there. And I should have a little one. And I'll go charm. I think that's going to be too heavy. I need a button. Oh, what about that? Right, that'll do. Put my tray back over there. Pop a little bit of glue on the back here. Right, so far we've got a little book and a feather that can be written on the back, so you can stick that whatever you want to stick that in, right? So there's our two things. Now the third thing I want to do, if I get a chance, is I have some tea stain paper here. Is I want to make a little notebook, and I mean a tiny notebook. Think about that size will do me fine. But I'm not gonna go crazy with the front like I did the last one. I'm gonna keep it quite plain. Okay, there's my book, and then I'm gonna fold that in half. Like I said, it's gonna be tiny. That one. Right, I have some of this. Now it's as dark as that, so it will fit in perfectly. I'm going to make sure there. Put that down, and then I've got this little heart that I punched out earlier. Right, like I say, I'm not going to go crazy on what I'm putting on there. I have a little jar I've just punched out, and I've got these little stamps. So one is handmade with love. I've got a little button. I want to stamp something on there that will fit. I've also got, no, not on that one. So I think I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with blue around the edges. Or should I? No, I'll go brown around the edges. And then I have got some string. It's like string almost. Right. There you go. Pop that there. And just going to add a touch of, where did I do this? All these little things can be added into a journal. So I'm going to put it down here. Right. And like I said, I've punched some of my own wording out. I don't know whether anybody else does that, punches your own wording out. I tend to do it with, if I want to use any wording for a journal. So I'm going to do some of my own words. See? And all I'm going to do, is knock my machine on if I can get near it. Move everything up my way. So there's that one. So that would be done. And stitch this together, and then I'm going to do some scrap bits and pieces that you can put into a journal too. Just sew this. I am sewed this straight. Which might, oh, I didn't sew that straight, but I kind of like the pages everywhere. Gives it a good effect. So there's the two of them. I'll pop that in there. So it should be dry enough to go in there now. There, that fits in there. This little one should fit in here. Right, I'm going to pop the feather in here like so. And then my little lace snippets. So I'm literally going to use lace snippets to do my next thing. So I'm going to grab some white trims. I've got some muslin in here. Basically getting all my snippets out. So I'm going to do a few because these can be added to the end of like little pages, on the end of pages. So let me read some comments. Hopefully tomorrow, Angie. Staying if you can. It's crazy out there. It definitely is. You're the queen of scraps. Oh, thank you, Miss Paisley. Good evening, ma'am. How are you? So I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do 4. They would fit quite nicely. I've popped something in there, but they would fit quite nicely in the third one. So okay, so what I've got, I'm going to push everything aside so you can see my little 4. There's my 4 snippets. Now, like I say, you can do with these. You don't. There is no rule to using scraps, but they make perfect little ends to put on pages. And all I'm doing at the minute, I'm just laying them on top of each other to see which one goes best. That looks kind of cool. So I'm going to pop that there. I might even change my mind in a second too. Let me raise you down so you can see what I'm doing. Let me see. See, these will look perfect on the end. I'm going to keep that out because I can put that between the stacked envelopes. Oh, I've got some blue here. There we go. There's the one, there's the 2. See how quickly they come together? I know some of you find it really hard using scraps. That one's got a bit of writing on. There you go. And I'm doing it blue, and that's a little bit too thick for me. I'm doing it blue and brown because those are the colours of my envelopes. There you go. So those 2 would practically be done. I'm just working on building these 2. Because these, like I say, these were perfect. Perfect in a journal. Oh, I'm going to add some of this somewhere. Don't know where yet though. Yeah, I'll add that there. I'm going to keep that out because that's only small. Can be added anywhere. See? Oops. And I've got my, like I say, I've got my own words. Words you can buy words, but I think that they are sometimes can be really expensive, especially for what they are. That's just me. That's just what I think. That's not to say I haven't bought words, but I tend to make my own more now than what I used to, because I just find this so expensive. And plus, if you make your own, you can come up with any sort of sayings, even your favourite sayings you can put on your little snippet scraps. So I'm gonna pop. I want to pop that on there, but I'm looking for something. I don't know what I'm looking for. Somebody once asked me, how would you put the scraps together? And my answer is, I have no idea. I just do it. So I'm going to pop the green. I know you guys probably can't see what I'm doing because my table's covered. I'm going to pop my green there. There you go. And I should have, there you go. Now, is at this stage I have a look to see what words I've got. So I have keep calm and so on. So I think I'm going to break these words up. I'm going to break these words up. I'm going to have, instead of sayings, I've got big butterfly, keep calm would be another one. And I'm going to put so on, keep calm and so on. So that's 3. I just need one more. I wonder whether I can fit 4 related patterns there. No, I can't. No. Patterns, there you go. Those are my words. So I've got keep calm, patterns, and a butterfly. So it's now all about sewing this together. I'm going to push all this to one side, and the reason I'm doing that is because you guys can see what I'm doing. So I got like little tiny little things that I can pop on. Oh no, I like that. And I've just got some tiny snippets here, not like loads. Perfect. Right, so the first one is this one. Okay, you just scrunch that up a little bit. And you can sew these, you don't have to glue them. And I'm going to pop this one on. And sometimes, you know, when you use fabric, you've got the selvage, I think that's what you call it, selvage. Sometimes I use that. These look great on the ends of your pages. Right, and then I've got sew on. So because I know I'm going to try, well, fill this up a little there. Right. Right, I've got blue somewhere. I don't know what underneath this entire mess. tiny little bits. Where's my I'll have to use another one. Okay. And because it's got glue on the fabric, should so there's one. Look how cool these are, and they would look perfect on the end of your pages. So my next one I'm going to do is this one. So I'm just going to take the layers off. Enough for now. And pop that there. Pop this here, scrunch it up. And pop these down here. Like I say, you can put them all together and just run them through the machine. Right. And this one, this little black piece. Now I never use black. If you know me at all, I never use black. I always use red. Red? No, pink. What am I on about? Because I could see red then. And then this one, I'm going to put patterns on this one. And then I think the last thing I want to put on, that didn't do anything. The last thing I want to do with you is almost like little bookmarks. I think they would look kind of cool. See, so I've got patterns and I've got, take a little while to, now if you wanted to sew them, layer your layers. I'm going to sew these. I'm going to show you how I would sew them. So layer your layers. I'm going to just ink this up. I'm using weathered wood. And I'm going to pop that on there. And then that is sewn. And all I did was straight stitch, and that is sewn. All ready to go. Same with this one. Let me just keep calm. Oops. And I'm going to put the keep calm that way. I'm just going to stick that under my machine, and I'm going to start reading some comments because it's either you've got a lot going quiet or I have not read any comments for the past half an hour. Beautiful, Claire. Oh, thank you, Jan, sweetheart. Never made a journal before. Have you not, Lorna? Oh, sweetheart, they are the most satisfying things to make. I've made a couple of them now, and I love making them. When I first ever made my journal, I made a Peter Rabbit one. Oh, so cute. And I sent it to Debbie Vignola. It was her challenge, and I sent it to her. It should be on her channel somewhere. And oh, it was lovely. That was the first ever one, and I've been addicted ever since making them. But if you don't make a journal, I'm going to share with you something. I'm going to do something else. So you've got keep calm, a butterfly patterns, and so on. So I'm going to leave the ones I glued together dry for a minute. And then I'm going to take this bit of fabric paper, and I just want to make a little bit of a bookmark. Who here has made a journal? I love Peter Rabbit, me too. It was amazing. It was only small. It was about yay big. It wasn't that big at all. It was amazing. And I did the cover using, I think I would make another one actually. I did the cover using napkins, you know, the white napkins that you would often get. When you have a napkin, you have like the, I don't know what they would call it. It's ply, so that's what you would call it. I used the ply of the napkin to create the outside of the book, and then I inked it, used some, oh, it was amazing, absolutely immense. So I want to do a little bit on this. I'm going to use these dies, and I'm going to open them up if I can. And I want just to curve the edges. So I think I'm going to use this one. I don't want to. Oh, I see. Isn't that clever? I thought they were so you snap them off. Oh, that's really clever. I've never seen. Snap them off, and then you can use them as is. So I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to take some of my paper that I used to make the envelopes with, and I'm going to move these up my way, and I want to do it a little bit bigger than this. Don't want it too big because otherwise it won't fit in there. And I should be able to fit these, I think. Let me see the size. Yeah, should be able to fit them in here. Right, so I'm going to take this one, and I want to, no, this side, and then I want to do the edge, but I don't want to cover it all. So bear with me while I set my doodah up. I don't know what it's called now. My mind's gone blank. Oh my word, what's it called? The plates, while I set the plates up. So I'm just going to make sure that I've got that there. And I'm going to run that through my machine. I think that's moved. Yeah, I thought it had. I could feel it had moved. Oh my word, my mess I created. I'm looking for my, oh, there they are. Oh, see, it's the end of the row. But she's perfect for what I want, so I'm going to stick it there. There. I'm still trying to get used to my Gemini. Oh, look at what Pauline gifted me the other day. I'm sticking in my doll's house. It's his and hers, and there's miniature hangers. beautiful in there. I'm going to stick them in my doll's house, and when I do, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to take a picture, and if you're on the group, you'll see a picture with these stuck in. I thought they were super cute. Right, open this up. Ta-da! Sorry, uncut them. Cut beautifully. Nice daisies are. Right, and then I want that to go here. And I'm going to make a bit of a slip so you can stick things behind it, so it's not just one way. Now I've got another one of Rian's stamps. I tell you what, since she's on lockdown, she won't notice they're gone. Where's I got it out. I got it out. There they are. These have got different ones. Now I want like a tattered edge. It's like that one, which is that one. That's the one I'm using. And the other one I want to use is the machine. Take them out. She will notice that they gone. I'm hoping she won't. Right, I'll make a few albums and journals. Oh, do you make? See, I know I've seen your albums, Carolina. They're stunning. I've not made one either. You've made though, Jan, if I'm right in thinking, you've made those Tim Holtz pages because you shared them on the group, and not so long back actually. But yeah, they are amazing to make. They do take. My first one, it took me weeks upon weeks to make, but it was so satisfying. Perfect. It was so satisfying once it was finished. But yeah, I definitely make another Peter Rabbit one. I have noticed. No, you haven't. You're telling fibs now. Your nose will grow long, you know, Miss Ree. I don't think you missed them. I don't think so. I don't think you missed them. Don't you worry now. They'll be all nice and safe in my drawer for when you come and visit next year. And ink the edges up. I love the dye. I'm not going to ink that side because I quite like how that side's turned out. Right, and I've got a black soot. And if you rip your page and you put a little bit of black on the edge, like so, you will end up with it looking like it's always been torn. Right, and this side. That's the only way I use my black ink. The only way. Right, now I'm going to stick these on. I'm going to take my laces. I think I was going to take my snippets then, but I think I might take my laces. I've got this beautiful lace that I can pop there. Come on, flatten up. There we go. Because the lace has been folded on a spool, should have ironed them first. Should have done my Sue. She irons all the snippets. This under. See how that's turning up. Now I don't want to use any more of that one. I've got a little bit of muslin here because it's on a sewing theme. So I'm going to cut. I would rip it, but I know some of you, the ripping goes through you, so I'm not going to rip it. I'm going to put the rip seam just there. And then with this, I am thinking I want to punch it on a different piece of paper. Look at my table. It's like a bomb's gone off. There. It's like a bomb's gone off. Right. So where's my? I'm gonna use black. Oh, Rian, she's keeping them safe. Nudge, nudge, nudge. Wink, wink, wink. Well, see, keeping them very safe. She won't miss them. She won't miss them. I'll just keep using them. She won't miss them. She come knocking on my door. No, those stamps you had. No, I give them you back, Ray. I give them you back. I bought these ones. I give them you back. Right. I'm gonna punch my stamp. I'm gonna punch my stamp down on the paper. Ta-da! Lush. Right, and then I'm gonna take my ruler. Hopefully that would have dried. And I'm gonna rip it. Punch my stamp. My stamp looks beautiful, but they're telling you. Right, I'm gonna and then I don't want it entirely that big. Perfect. That can be my little tuck spot, which I'm going to put some lace on that in a sec. Right, let's start gluing some stuff down, so otherwise I'm going to forget what's glued and what's not. So because I want a tuck spot behind here, I'm going to glue the bottom on this edge. And this is where your little words could come in handy. See if I wanted to use one of these words now. Oops. Bring that over because I want to see the edge of the stamp. See if I wanted to use one of these words now, I could just pop one there. In fact, I might do that. Pop that behind. Because then that leaves the writing space there for somebody to use in their journal. Right, now this piece, I'm going to pop some lace on the edge. I have some of this lace. Let me wind this one back up. I can't believe my table is like a bombs at day. Oh, I've got a flower. Just see me. I'm going to cut the inside petal, I think. There, perfect. There you go. Put that there. Move that out of my way, and then decide where I want this to go in. I'm gonna have it this way. There you go. Again, you can stitch this down. You don't necessarily have to glue it down. And I've got a little bit of fold this in half, and then I'm going to tack it one side on one side, fold it over, and then I'm just going to do a tiny little bit of stitching, but not go crazy. And then I'm going to put our things together. These are bald spot in my stamp store. There's a bald spot. Oh, well, you must be missing some stamps, Henry. Oh, I hope you find your stamps anyway. I hope you find them. I hate it when your stamps go missing like that, see? Oh, never mind. You'll find them soon now. Don't you worry. You'll come across them. They're on lockdown, Clyde. Of course they are. Right, I'm going to show you what I've made, and then we're going to pop this bad boy together. We've made our little stamps. There's a little booklet. Made quite a lot tonight. Right, I won't be on for long before Ian kills me. I am going to go and get some ribbon because I want to tie this completely together. So what I did earlier, like I said, I cut one of these out. Love these stamps. I'm going to use more of these. I never know what to do with edge dies, but now I do. Right, and I've got scissors here that I might use. I'm just moving things that I'm not necessarily going to use because I want to get my ribbon out on my back of my toes. Right. Come on. Oh no, it's in the drawer. Where am I going? In the drawer. I hang it in the drawer. Bear with me 2 secs while I get the ribbon out of my drawer. There you go. Okay. So let's put this all together without destroying my table. There will be just this one thing. Right. I'm going to pop all this together. So I'm going to pop this in here. Oops. It's in here. I'm going to pop the feather in here. It's gone down quite enough. Then I'm going to pop, hoping that's going to fit in there. No, it won't fit in there. I'm going to pop these words in here. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pop the scissors in there. I'm hoping that the scissors can be right. Pop this in here. And it looks like this is going to go in here. Could the feather fit in there instead? I might keep that out. I've got an idea. No. Right. Some stacked envelopes. So I've got that in there. I'm going to pop this like so because I want it there. Then I'm going to pop, keep calm there, and then that there. Right, As you can see, everything is, I'm able to open everything. So I did have, yeah, I did have some ribbon that's got inches on. So I'm going to make sure I've got 13 inches. So that's how far it goes up to. And I bought this from Etsy. I can't remember what shop I bought it from. Right, I'm going to pop that just there like so. And then I have, I've got some sari silk here. Right, and I am going to be giving this away. I said that when I first made it last week. But what I will say is the winner's going to have to bear with me because I'm not going to be making a trip to the post office. I'm trying to do all my, everything that needs posting, I'm going to be doing in one shot. So all the last of the remaining swaps in the group, I'm trying to do it all in one shot. See, what I'm saying is this isn't going to be posted straight away. Because of everything going on, I'm not going to be back for the post office. So it's going to be done in one loop, if that makes any sort of sense. I'm going to make sure I've got some more. Sorry, look that way. I can come across here. Like so. And I'm going to tie it in the front. So I'm going to ribbon this up. Now, what have I got to put over the ribbon? I don't want it that big. Okay. No, I'm not going to use that. I do want to use for this though. This is a little bit of, I don't know what they call it. It's a special type of ribbon, but I can't remember what it's called for love nor money. But all these you can use in a journal, or you can use a notebook, or whatever you want to use it on. I mean, you don't have to use it at all if you didn't want to. But like I said, you'll have to bear with me because I'm doing all my last postage, especially with everything going on, all in one shot. So I'm not going back and forth the post office. So this will be posted with everything else I have to post. So if you are willing to wait, then by all means, when I call a winner in this, which I'll do in a second, there we go. I'll cut these tails down. There you go. Right, I am looking now for something I can, oh I know, in here, finish it off. I have some, only some paper clips, only some, just a few. I don't want normal ones, I want weird ones. Do I want a brown? I think I'll have that one, I think. I can't find any heart ones. Oh, no, I haven't. I got a robin. Yeah, I'll have a robin. That's what I want to finish it off with. And then I'm going to go and get my hat. I'm going to go and get my hat, and then that way, whoever's interested would like this little stack of envelopes with the lid, you can by all means have it. So let me just finish the robin off. So with the robin, I want a strong bit of ribbon. I don't want it super thick. And I just want to pop in through his feet. And I have a little, I can see it from here, a little ribbon. It's gorgeous, Claire. Oh, thank you, Lorna, sweetheart. Should I use? No, one more when I do. Yeah, one more one. Oops. I've got some a needle and a bit of thread. Just gonna thread some thread in here so I can just sew it loosely on the ribbon. Come on. There you go. There you go. Perfect. I always like to keep a bit of thread on my needles next door to me. So you never know what it comes in handy for. And that is my stacked envelopes. So, oh, I've got one I've just turned. If you would like my stacked envelopes, it's really shabby chic, Claire. Oh, thank you, Carolina. You know, ladies, I struggle with shabby chic. I don't know why. When I do something shabby chic, it turns out shabby chic. But if I've got to think about doing something shabby chic, it never works out shabby chic. That makes any sort of sense. It made sense to what I just said, I promise. Right, let me get a piece of paper. But like I said, bear with me. If you were interested in this and if your name gets called, bear with me because I'm only going to make one trip to the post office. I'm not going to be making it Chris's. I'll put him as death store. No, I'm making one trip to the post office. All my swaps are going off in one shot. Because of everything going on. So you'll have to bear with me, but you will have it, I promise. So if you would like my shabby chic usable envelopes, because everything in there you can use in your journals or pocket letters or whatnot. I'm not going to undo it because I've just wrapped it up beautifully, I think. If you would like it, then let's have one word in the comments. And that word is love. Let's spread the love because of everything going on. I think we all need a little bit of love going on. So I'm hoping to get a pen and paper ready. I have a pen, a pad, should I say, that Miss Rian altered. Look at that. It's magnetic as well. I haven't got a pen in here. I'm going to use my pencil, this pencil. Pop this back. Right. What have we got? Jan. Mrs. G. Love, 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 love it, Lorna. I love, 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 love that corner, that comment. Thank you, sweetheart. AG. And I know you loved your package last time you won the things in the live from me, because you had it and you said you loved everything I sent. So I'm so pleased that you did. Right. I'm gonna go and get the comment. I'm gonna go and get my hat. If I can find my hat. Oh, I got loads of mess to pick up. Love, love, love it, Miss Hazy. Oh, okay. I'm writing the word love down. What am I like? And I did indeed. You did indeed, sweetheart. So I have. It's really shabby chic. Thank you, Carolina. Thank you, Lorna. Beautiful as always. Thank you, Jan. Eyelash trim. That's what it's called. I knew somebody would let me know what it was called. Yes, eyelash trim. Thank you, Miss Daisy. I couldn't think of what it's called. That is beautiful. Thank you. Oh, thank you, guys. Right. There's the rest of my hat. Did have a brim on at one point, but never mind. Right. I am. I think I might even get Chris to draw it. I've loved doing the stacked envelopes, and I like to say you can make stacked envelopes that have got feet. You can make them as a decoration purpose, so that when you look at them, they do look like stacked envelopes, but you're not able to use the envelopes, if you know what I mean. However, when I make things, I always like to have a purpose for it, and I always like to think that what I'm making can be used afterwards in some way or another. So for me, my stacked envelopes had to be used, but that's not to say you couldn't make them to have feet and to have to be a decoration purpose, if that makes any sort of sense. So I'm going to pop all your names in. Jan, you're going in. Good evening, Miss Vanessa. How are we? It's ages since I've seen you. How are we, sweetheart? I hope you're well and your family's well and safe. And Miss Beebeecraft, you're going in. I'm going to give Chris a shout to come and draw this, because there's 4 of you in my hat. So bear with me 2 seconds. Christopher! Chris? Chris? Yeah? Can you come here? He's on his way. So I've used, run through what size I've used Sarah's Signature Collection. That was the embossing, but I didn't use that one tonight. I've used Miss Brian's stamps, and I've used the Beebeecraft dies, which are all in the description box below as well. I need you to draw your winner.
You need me to draw a winner?
Yes. So there's names in the hat. I'm not going to tell you what names they are. So, good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
Show me you haven't got sleeves.
No, I
haven't got sleeves. Look, see, I haven't got sleeves. Just pulled his arm off. Right, here we go. Good luck, everyone. Well, I have been so-so. You have been so-so. Right. Thank you, Miss Christopher. Oh, Miss Ryan, come on down. You have won the stacked envelopes. Congratulations, Miss Ryan. I will pop this in the post. Not with your stamps, but I'll pop this in the post for you. Congratulations, sweetheart. I know you make some of your sort of things. You know how I know that you love making journals. So to show you that everybody had a fair chance, Lorna, you was in there. Miss Paisley was in there, and Jan, you was in my hat as well. Thank you, ladies, for being part of my live and for commenting as always. Next week I'll be doing something else. I don't know what as of yet, but thank you, ladies. And like you say, I've left the code for Beebeecrafts in the description. I've also left the projects I've used as well in the description, and have fun making like little bits like that. I always like to make little bits like that and then keep them in a box. So then if I want to use, like if I want to send Happy Mail out, I can just pick things out and use them as. I haven't got anything to show you really that I've been crafting with. I have been remaking, I don't know why I've been making, but I have been making boho beads, or the start of. They're made out of straws. So I'm going to be making more of them, I think, because I quite enjoyed making these. But yeah, those were my boho beads, and I haven't made anything else really. Nothing I can really show on camera as of yet. But another fabulous live. Oh, thank you, Angie. Thank you so much. I will be back next week at 9 o'clock. I was a little bit late today. I was getting things ready. I'll be back next week at 9. Other than that, I'll see you in the week. Please check out Abigail's channel. She is doing a challenge, but that's not what I'm asking you to check out her channel. She's new at YouTube, and she's only got a couple of videos on there. Handmade by Abigail. She's in the comments somewhere. But please check her out. She could do with a little bit of a YouTube support. So go over and check her out. If you're not subscribed to each other, please do so. And I will speak to you all next week. Have a lovely rest of the week, wherever you are in the world. Be safe of whatever you are doing. And I pray that you and your family are all safe by the time I see you all next week. Take care, ladies. Bye for now.